Hey everyone, today we are doing something, well, a little different. This is my brutally honest review of Guild Wars 2's newest expansion, Visions of Eternity. I'm Summer, and as always, a special shout out to all my dear supporters who help me keep the lights on. You are amazing. And before we jump in, this is my opinion, based on the first part of the expansion. We don't know yet what the next 3 quarterly updates will bring, so this isn't a final verdict on the whole expansion cycle, just my take on the content we have right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm genuinely curious how other players experienced it. Alright, with that much said, let's get right into it. I will start with the positives and get quickly to my negative views on the expansion. Let's start with the point everyone always brings up. Is this expansion worth the $25, euros, whatever? And honestly, yeah. Even as a veteran player, I think $25 for dozens, maybe even hundreds of hours of content is completely fair, especially in 2025. Where some games ask for 70 or 100 bucks for far less content. Now, is the value lower than Heart of Thorns, Path of Fire or End of Dragons? Yes, absolutely. The amount of content is smaller. The overall quality and scope of those expansions was higher. But within the annual expansion model, I do think the price is reasonable. And price aside, this review is about the content itself. So let's talk features. Okay, let's start strong, because this is honestly the highlight for me. We got 9 new elite specs, and even though they don't come with completely new weapons like Heart of Thorns, Path of Fire and End of Dragons specs did, they do come with unique traits, skills and profession mechanics. Yes, some specs were clunky in the beta, but in the live release, most of them actually feel fluid and fun to play. Now power level, they're overtuned, of course, especially in PvE. But I'm not judging the balance, because balance always changes. I'm talking about fun, uniqueness and theory crafting potential. And in that case, these specs deliver. Some more than others, sure. But for me, elite specs alone add years of replayability. I've already gone back to old content from 10 years ago just to try new builds. That's a huge plus. So yeah, easy W for the expansion. Quick thoughts on the story. I won't spoil anything. I'm not a lore guy. I play the story once and move on. And for me, the story here was fine. The length was okay. Not too long, not too short. Some parts felt a bit tedious, especially when achievements basically force you to replay the instance. That's annoying. The pacing is definitely better than Secrets of the Obscure and especially better than Chantel Wilds. Looking at you, long dialogue sections. A skip button for dialogue would still be a blessing from above, but overall, not amazing, not terrible, just okay. Now the big one, the maps. Because for many players, maps are the expansion. We get 2 new ones, a beach-themed one and a magical jungle map. And visually, they look really good. We'll talk about the new shadow tech in a moment, but overall they're beautiful and have great verticality, especially the first map. Event density is solid. Though yes, some events feel repetitive and are just copy and pasted. Hearts are okayish. Achievements tie in nicely. Both maps feel refined and fun to explore. The world boss on the first map is kind of boring. The second map's meta is better, not the best meta ever, but definitely not the worst. It has some interesting ideas, definitely. There are also opportunities for infusions, including the new fishing infusion, which is a nice touch. Overall, maps are a win. Not groundbreaking, but very solid. With the changes to the mirrors and the nerfs to the rewards from them, I actually think that the new maps are somewhat on the dying path. Yes, you need them for the Legendaries, but in terms of longevity and rewards right now with the nerfs to the mirrors, there are almost no incentives to go back to farm for gold. So this is quite concerning and I'm not very happy with this change. Let's see how it turns out in the future, but for now I would say the recent patch with the nerfs to the mirrors made the longevity of the maps quite a bit worse. They added enhanced shadows, and honestly, it's noticeable. The new maps look fantastic with it, but there's a catch. A lot of people are getting FPS drops, myself included. Whether it's the shadows themselves or just too many character models on the screen, who knows, but it's annoying. Still, it's good to see the graphics being updated at all. Just please optimize. Homestead got some love too. We now have a tropical island base, which is a nice alternative to the cozy coden northern vibe from Chantel Wilds. You can finally save and swap layouts, huge quality of life win. New decorations are always welcome, but there's one problem. You must own Chantel Wilds to access Homesteads at all. So even if you buy Visions of Eternity, you can't access the feature unless you also bought the previous expansion. This feels weird, to say the least. I understand the system technically builds on Chantier Wilds, but it still feels like a forced bundle. Not a fan of that approach. The featured mount of this expansion, the Skimmer, got a massive upgrade. It feels great, fluid, fun, useful. It's easily in the top 3 or top 4 mounts now. But here's the problem, this is a feature creep. That's the slippery slope. If every expansion turns an old, underused mount into a god tier mount, then eventually everything can fly, shoot lasers, teleport in combat, revive you, make you a sandwich, you get the idea. So while the Skimmer changes are fun, ArenaNet needs to be careful not to power creep all mounts into absurdity. Other than the Skimmer line, Masteries are, honestly, quite bad. Most of them just give more loot or passive bonuses. They don't change anything in the gameplay in any meaningful way. Once you've done them, that's it. Nothing interesting unlocked. I'd honestly prefer no Masteries at all over boring filler Masteries. Hot take maybe, but that's how I feel. Achievements this time have both good and bad sides. The good, they tie into long-term rewards like armor, weapon skins. They help keep the map alive, and there's a reason to come back each day. I think that's a good thing for sure. The bad thing, however, is a lot of it feels forced. Too many daily gated quests, too many hearts tied to progression. Some story achievements require replaying most of the mission, which I really dislike. Still, the reward structure itself, the skins, minis, emotes, is actually pretty good. And especially the ones that you can get from the reward drops from meta events, I think that's really cool. Let's break this into parts. Equipment and skins. The new weapon and armor sets are great. More Wizards Vault skins, new spear weapon sets, minis, emotes, lots to collect. Not everyone will love the grind, but it's decent overall. Then we have the relics. The new relics are 50-50, I would say. Half of them are super fun and build defining. Be sure to check out my videos on them. The other half are extremely boring. The bigger issue isn't the relics themselves, it's unlocking them. If you have the legendary relic, no problem. But for new players, it's painful. You need multiple game modes, including PvP and World vs. World, to get multiple of the same relic. You can't just buy a second exotic relics. It's unnecessarily annoying and should be revisited, 100%. The legendary Spear Staff combo and the legendary Aqua Breeder are cool. But the issue is, they are basically the entire longevity of those maps. If you're not working on those two legendaries, you can run out of reasons to play the new maps within days. That's not great. And yes, the requirements are expensive and sometimes tedious, like being forced into a dungeon. Some people hate that, but it's manageable for sure for veterans. But again, everything funnels into legendaries. That's the problems. And not to say that the maps give good gold right now, but I think that is not the only thing that should incentivize people to go to a map. Let's talk about group content. There are no new fractals, no new strike missions, no raid, no convergences, nothing. If you're someone who loves group instance-based content, there is literally nothing new for you right now. They said future updates will bring group content, which is good, don't get me wrong, but for now, this feels like a big gap. Now to my final thoughts. So let's wrap this up. Let's start with the good thing. Elite specs are genuinely fun. Maps look great and feel solid. The updated shadows make the game even prettier. The Skimmer rework is fun. And there are lots of skins and collectibles to get. That is awesome, especially for a veteran and a collectionist like I am. Homestead improvements are really nice for people that like to decorate. And there is definitely a fair price for the whole bundle, I would say. But now let's talk about the bad sides. With the exception of the Skimmer Masteries, the Masteries are boring. The longevity relies too heavily on the Legendaries, which is in my opinion not a good thing, but better than not having any Legendaries at all. The first relic unlock is good, but the second is horrible for most players. No new group content. FPS issues from graphic updates, which is obviously also a big issue. Some achievements feel forced, definitely noticeable in my opinion. The Homesteads require owning the previous expansion, which is in my opinion not a good thing. Overall, the quantity of the content is still low, and that's the biggest issue I have with this expansion. It is still quite small amount of content, at least at release. But I'm happy that we got it, don't get me wrong. My honest take, it's a good start. Not an amazing one. The elite specs carry the expansion for me. Crazy. The maps are solid, but the quantity is undeniably low, and the longevity design relies too much on the legendaries. Is it worth 25 bucks? Yes. Is it perfect? No, not at all. Will the upcoming updates make or break it? Absolutely. We saw that with the other ones. But that's just my take. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more Guild Wars 2 content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.